At a campaign event in Iowa this week, Donald Trump openly suggested that if he becomes president of the United States again, he is in fact going to begin deporting members of the Biden administration. He actually suggested that he would look into figuring out how he could deport American citizens just because he disagrees with them politically. And of course, when he said this, the crowd went wild. But let me read you this full thing that he said. It's long, but I want to give you the full context of it, because he did begin by basically talking about having these mass deportations of migrants, immigrants, people coming into this country. Here's what he said. Dwight Eisenhower, if you feel better about this, because people don't consider him that tough a guy, but he was actually a very good president, good general, very good general. But he became president and he was a very big person on deportation. He deported more than anybody else. He said they cannot be here. You have to come into our country legally. That's what I say. You have to come into our country legally and you have to love our country. You can't hate our country. Now, let me actually stop right there. Because the people that were coming into the country legally during the Trump administration were people seeking asylum. That is legal. You are legally allowed to come into this country seeking asylum. What did he do with them? Well, we know. He threw them in cages. He had the family separation policy that the government actually this week settled a massive lawsuit with the victims of the family separation policy. They tortured these people psychologically and, according to the reports, quite literally physically. And these were people who came into the country legally. So don't buy that BS when Trump says, oh, we're fine with the people who come here legally. No, you're not. Because if it's not somebody with skin as pale as mine, you don't want them in this country. That's what this is about. He continued. If you empathize with radical Islamic terrorists and extremists, you're disqualified. You're just disqualified. If you want to abolish the state of Israel, you're disqualified. If you support Hamas or any ideology that's having to do with that or any of the other really sick thoughts that go through people's minds, very dangerous thoughts, you're disqualified. If you're a communist, a Marxist, or a fascist, other than the people that are already here, of which many are in the Biden administration, you're disqualified. Like to get them out too. Maybe we'll work on that. And the crowd went wild. In addition, we will aggressively deport resident aliens with jihadist sympathies. We have to. This isn't like being Mr. Nice Guy. We have to. Oh, we're going to have a country that's going to be blown to shreds. He suggested we'll look into that. About deporting the communists, the fascists, and the Marxists. 3 ideas that cannot coexist together in an ideology, by the way, from the Biden administration. Now, I wish I could say this is hyperbole, right? I mean, that's what we want to think it is. Like, he's not actually going to do that, right? Just like he wouldn't actually try to overturn the results of a Democratic election here in the country, right, folks? Everything this man says, we have to take seriously. We have to take it as a legitimate threat. Donald Trump cannot define communism. He can't tell you what Marxism is, and he has no idea what fascism is, but he does know that he likes it. So that's why he uses all 3 of those words interchangeably, although they're definitely different ideologies. But he doesn't care. He also slaps the label on people who should not have that label slapped upon them. But he doesn't care. He could label me a fascist. He could label me a communist or a Marxist and then look into having me deported, or you, or anyone else that doesn't agree with his brand of conservative fascism. That's what this is about. We want to think that it is hyperbole, but given what this man has done in the past, we have to take everything he says as a very serious threat. And this is what he wants to do. That is what that crowd would be okay with him doing. Stripping people like us of our humanity, stripping us somehow of our citizenship, and sending us off to other countries to die. That is what they want. That crowd wants that to happen. And we got to take that seriously. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.